What's up? Look. Not the forensic tech that put you to sleep. I ain't even about to do that with you, OnlyFans. You don't look, everybody else in the bed. Baka said she in the bed. Maddie said, what the F? I'm already in bed. Everybody in bed. But me and you. That did be coming in talking about she up. I tell you. We won't be here long. I just wanted to kind of get this. Oh, look a pretty brown girl. She said she up. So, well, good. I'm glad you made it. Look pretty brown. You know, when it's this late, this is what you get. This is what you get for me. Now, I don't know how this may work out, but you know, it is what it is. I know, right? I know you got to come on a Friday night, so that way when you get up for work, you don't have to worry about it. So let's see here. Okay, so as y'all can see right here, I have the motion that was filed, the request, right? They proposed the idea. So this is a trial. If y'all don't know, it's a federal case with Lil Durk Banks, right? You said you're gonna be watching film. You in the bed. I ain't gonna keep y'all all night. I'm not gonna let y'all keep me all night either. But I wanted to get this on the record. Hey, Barbara. Look, I wanted to get this on the record for our coverage. So the trial is supposed to start on October the 16th, right, guys? And it's a federal case. Now, we won't actually be in the courtroom. We'll probably get updates and things either via by Twitter or by another source. And I'll probably do recaps each night on what happened in the trial. This is a murder for hire case. And just to give you some kind of background and history of it, just really quickly, trust me, we could be here all night long if I decided to, you know, start you guys from the beginning, letting you know, but I won't do you like that because I'm pretty sure there'll be a time and a place where it'll be appropriate for me to actually do it. And I don't think right now is it, right? Not at this time. Barbara says she making some homemade lasagna. Didn't you just get out the hospital? And you making all that good food over there. I'm gonna have to find you in Arizona. Would you say yes? Okay. So let me see. I do want to put this up here. Okay. Let me see. Let me see how this looks side by side. Let me see if I can pull it side by side. I'm trying to see what's the best way for me to do this, where y'all can kind of like, yeah, I ain't gonna do it that way. Okay, never mind. You say, but them kids hungry. I don't know. I'm glad my girls, they older now, so I'll be like, y'all need to go in there and find y'all something to eat. Okay, so we'll start here. So just a brief timeline. We'll go into more detail as we get closer to the trial. We will cover little pieces and parts, but I thought this was kind of interesting, and that's why I decided to go ahead and cover it cover this one because I don't know if y'all have ever seen this. Typically when it's a federal case, they typically have all their ducks in a row for the most part, and they're ready to kind of like go to trial, right? And as a defendant, right, you're behind bars, so you want that speedy trial. Some people want that speedy trial, right? And we have a right to have a speedy trial. But what happens when the government say, hey, I know you wanted a speedy trial, but we not ready? Where they do that at? Now, meanwhile, in between time, he can't get a bond, right? They won't give him a bond because they felt like he was trying to flee, right? Because he is a rapper, so he does have a, good money, right? At least he did. So let's start. So back on November 6th, 2020, affiliate of Lil Durk's, his name King Von. I do got a diagram. I'm not gonna put that all up. We just gonna go real quickly through this just so y'all can kind of see where we're at and how we got to where he is right now, behind bars, being accused by the feds of a murder. Unaliving for hire. So on November 6th, 2020, King Von was unalive. He is one of his friends. They're kind of like from the same neighborhood in Chicago. I want to say they were allegedly like in gangs, but I'm gonna just say allegedly. For that part. So August 18th, like to the through the 19th, that's when the alleged incident happened in this case. And it happened in California. And the reason was because there was this big online thing where a lot of people were telling him to go slide for bond and all of this stuff because his guy, his comrade, right? Like I said, they say they not gang, they gang members, but they're not gang members, and this is just deep in Chicago. That he actually, when he was unalive, they said that they wanted Lil Durk, the rapper, the one that's then got out of the hood, the one that's then got a big name and all of this stuff. They wanted him to go like seek revenge for him, right? And of course, these rappers, they rap about everything in their songs. So they do all the snitching and they tell you exactly how they're gonna do it, when they're gonna do it, and everything else so you can piece it together. So we like sitting up here like, what? So of course they do this on a live and in broad daylight at a gas station right across the street from the Beverly Hills Center in California, LA. All the cameras, all the everything. They see the white Mercedes Benz telling the car, all of this stuff, right? So, the reason why I got to the feds is because it becomes interstate commerce, right? So they were found that they flew from Chicago to LA to do this unaliving. So of course we got plane tickets. There's a lot of digital stuff that they have. As I stated, they do have the cameras, but how does this all tie back to Lil Durk? Right? They're trying to say, as far as the feds, that he is the person that has the money, the means in order to make everything happen for this unaliving. Now, OTF, which is his record label company, I don't know why they use the business card to purchase some of these plane tickets. And then we have some text messages that came in that were kind of like, oh, all right, wait a minute. What you mean? Don't buy nothing in your name. So what I found interesting and I wanted to talk to you guys about is in regards to this speedy trial thing. Now, I think that, so the trial, like I said, it's supposed to start on October 16th. So right now they did a proposed order. So it has not been granted by the judge. So what this means is they are the government and also his co-defendants, because there's three other individuals that are currently facing charges with him. They would like the trial to be pushed back to January 2026. Now, tonight we're just going to break down this filing that they did, what the law says about the speedy trials, and how this delay helps the government, and how it can actually help the defense. And also, let's discuss some of the risk, right? Because I think that if the government's not ready and he takes it to trial, do they not have all their evidence together? So before we dive in, just make sure if you have any questions. You said, Bird said, if he wants a speedy trial, it has to happen. Yeah, you would think, but there are some, I researched it, and not necessarily. So right here, as you can see, I got the proposed order. I pulled it up. It was filed on September the 12th. It asked the judge to officially move the trial start date to January 20th, 2026, right? With a pretrial conference, it's already, they have it proposed. They got everything laid out for the judge just so the judge can sign it. They want the pretrial conference to happen on January the 7th, 2026. And their argument for moving a trial is they're saying that this case is unusual and it's very complex. It has multiple defendants and it has huge amount of discovery, wiretaps, ballistics, and witnesses. You know, thinking about where we went back to like the Diddy case, and I don't know how many of y'all tuned in, but they had tons of evidence. They had tons of videos. They had tons of witnesses. So I don't know why the state of California can't get their stuff together, but it's important for us to know that this is just a proposal. So it does not mean that the judge is going to grant it. It has not been signed. It's just that the government has asked Judge Fitzgerald if the court date can be moved. So he hasn't signed it. He hasn't decided whether or not to adopt it or deny it. And I'll keep an eye on it as we go along. So now with the Speedy Trial Act, this is how the Speedy Trial Act comes into play. Now, under the law, now this is law 18 USC 3161. So if you want to go look it up, that's it. 18 USC 3161 in California. The government generally has to bring the case to trial within 70 days of an indictment or first court appearance. So whichever is later. So on top of that, an indictment usually has to be filed within 30 days of the arrest, right? But here's the catch. The law is also built, it has exceptions, right? So the clock can be paused or what they call time excluded for things like pretrial motions, delays, requested by the defense, or, competency hearings, like if they got to check certain things. Or, and this is actually a big one, when a judge finds that the case is unusual and complex, that rushing it, right, would deny justice either to the prosecution or to the defense. And that's what they're claiming in this proposal. So, and this is what the prosecution team wants, and also the other co-defendants, right? But Lil Durk's lawyer and his team, they don't want to extend it. They don't want to delay the trial. They actually want to go to trial on October the 16th, guys. So now this is kind of where, like, he wasn't just indicted yesterday. You say you wouldn't want this to be rushed if you knew you would want it rushed. Yeah, because that's the first key, like the cue, right? if they wanted to push it back, you like, oh no, they must don't have all they shit together. I want to go to trial. So now where it gets kind of real funny is, he wasn't just indicted yesterday. There was a superseding indictment, right? That came down in November of 2024. And that just means that the time in October 2025 kind of rolls around. He's already been in this indictment for almost a year, right? So that's a long time, especially when you make money. You're not able to get a bond. You're losing money, right? You think about Young Thug and the YSL case, like they were behind bars, what, 2.5 years, spending all this money for lawyers, not making real money, right? They can't tour, they can't do the things that they normally do. All for, at the end of the day, that debacle of what they had going on, right? So and nobody's going to be paying him back any money or anything like that. So, like, really? So this is why the defense is he keep pushing back, right? They're saying, hey, he's already waited. The government has had plenty of time. They've been dragging their feet. Dragging this out to 2026 violates the whole spirit and the whole reason of a Speedy Trial Act. And to them, it's just saying that it's just not justice. It's just a delay, right? Now, let's talk about how this benefits the prosecution. Now, for the prosecution, the upside is obviously they get more time, right? They get more time to prep, they get witnesses, they get to polish all their wiretaps, all their evidence, finish all their ballistics testing. Like, and maybe, just maybe, how about we flip one of these witnesses? Let's flip one of these co-defendants. Let's offer them a plea deal. Let's get us a snitch. So a trial delay into 2026 gives the government more chances to fill any of those holes to make their case like super airtight. So yeah, I don't know if we should, right? Now, when we talking about from Lil Durk's end, delays aren't always that bad for the defense. Let's say that. Durk's attorney, he's being represented by Drew Fineland. They can use the extra months to just kind of shift through all the evidence and the discovery, hire expert witnesses and file suppressions and motions. So it'll give them more opportunity to do more investigation. And the longer this drags on, the more time they'll have to find weaknesses in the government's case. So this gives them that opportunity to get some more time. But when we're talking about on the flip side, the delay in this case is going to cost him Lil Durk money. He still is another year, is more time that he's up under the shadow of the government in these federal charges. His career, his freedom, his reputation, everything is like frozen. And mind you, he's behind bars. He's not at home. He's waiting for this stuff. Film says defendants have rights, but most housekeeping decisions usually favors the state. Yeah, I don't know. See, what he's asking is for his case to be severed. Because remember, they're saying it's complex because of the multiple defendants. So he like, hey, I want a speedy trial. They didn't ask for a speedy trial, the co-defendants, but Lil Durk asked for a speedy trial. Now I want my speedy trial. We need to be. She said, who's Lil Durk dad? I think he called Big Dirt. So you think about that, like, why can't this case be severed? And a little birdie was telling me that this is something that happened with the Lori Daybell case. Now, of course, her case was like a state case. So I don't know, if the state moves a little different than maybe, for instance, in regards to the federal feds, right? Now, for the government, too much delay can backfire on them, right? Memories start to fade, witnesses lose steam, right? And the jurors may start asking, like, why did it take so long to bring this case to trial if the evidence is so strong like they claim it is? So, I mean, these can backfire either way, on either side. So here's where we're at right now, just so everybody know. It is just a proposed order that was just filed Friday. So I wanted to make sure I brought it to everybody's attention because we're gearing up to see if we're going to trial October 16th. But if the judge signs this order and adopts it, then we won't be going into January. You say you listen to 80s and Spanish and country, so I'm lost. I know. You don't have to tell me. I look at it. I do listen to them, but what I would say is that if I take the whole rap part out of it, I think of it just as another murder, unaliving to hire, and just look at the details from that end. So if he approves it, he may tweak it, he may deny it, but as I stated, the government is filing it, so they'll tell us it tells kind of their strategy out loud, right, and clear. They want more time, and their position is that they'll be ready for trial January 26, 2026. Yeah, so sad. Hey, therapist, welcome. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to put it in there. Like, I be talking so much, I be talking. So I am going to put a question in the chat just up under our in the description box. So I kind of want to know what everybody thinks, and I'll put it in there, even for people that couldn't stay up tonight and didn't see it. Like, in regards to, do y'all think that he should move forward with his trial in October, or do y'all think that he should wait and present, and let it just go to January? Does this delay help the defense, or does it give the prosecution an edge? I'm just curious on what you guys may think. So I'll put that in our comment thing for up under our description for anybody that cares to comment in regards to that. Also, let me put this in here. Thank goodness our therapist, the therapist that I know, that some other people know, she has created our shirts and our mugs, and I get to drop the link today. And we got our ooh-wee going on. Let me get that in the chat. So I'm gonna put that link in the chat in case anybody wants to go look at the ooh-wee shirts, and you can get them. And it's gonna be some more stuff coming up, but I know that was the first one that everybody was kind of like excited about getting. So you can get them in different colors. Wait a minute, I'll pull it up for you guys too. Y'all know I have to figure out how to get stuff from my phone. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to get it from my phone. Copy. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works. You said airdrop it. Let me see. Command C. Let me see if I click on the link, if it take me there. Okay. Yeah, do. So here, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out some place where maybe I get like a Patreon or something like that. And so y'all can see these documents too, if y'all, in case y'all ever want to view them or look at them. No reason for me to, I mean, I have all the accounts and stuff, but if you ever want any of these documents or anything, just email me and I'll send it to you until I can get me a Patreon account. But we'll kind of go from there. Let me take this off and let me show y'all. And I'm gonna drop it in a thing too, so y'all can have it. So this right here, if y'all can see. So these the t-shirts. Y'all can get them in black. You can get them with the pink. You can get them with pale pink. You can get them with smoke gray. And you can also get them with the purple, right? And you can get you a mug, and they have stickers, and yeah. So that's the first one that we got. I'll put the link in the chat. I'll also put the link in our description box. So that's the link. You said no red. I don't know if red to go with that. You know, the ooh wee sign is purple. Yeah, so we got that, and yeah, that's the hoodie. And these are the colors that you can get the hoodie in. Cool. Lilac. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Oh, so shout out to our therapist that you know, our designer of designs. Ooh, thank you. So, yeah, red probably wouldn't match with that purple, but maybe we can do something. We'll get something else red out there, right? Yeah. So those, you say your favorite color is red. I got on your favorite color, Barbara. Yeah, so awesome. So we have that. So I'll put the link on the like I said, I'll put the link in the description. I'll also put the link. I'll figure out some place to put it on the page. Y'all just, if y'all need the link, just let me know if we on stream or anything. Y'all know y'all can get it from me. But I'll put it on our page for the future for anybody that needs it. So right now, just to kind of wrap this part up, like I said, I was not keeping y'all long. I don't have no games. I ain't got nothing for y'all to play. Nothing like nothing, right? This was real quick and real easy. I was gonna actually do the I was gonna actually just record it and just post it, but you know, y'all, we like to hang, right? And it's better talking to you guys anyways. At least I have some type of interaction. And I was able to give you all the little thing to the store, right? You get first dibs. So I'll put the question that I have in there. I will continue to keep an eye on this to see when the judge decides if he's going to adopt it, tweak it, or deny it, or whatever we're going to do. So I can understand if we need to start planning and trial prepping for our trial October the 16th. And we won't be actually live in the courtroom because remember, it is a federal case. So the way it'll be handled is, like I said earlier in the stream, I will kind of like recap each day for everybody. And they'll be held at night, kind of like what we're doing right now. Maybe a 20 or 30-minute recap. Maybe it won't probably be this late, but we'll definitely get them done. So everybody can have an opportunity to that is following it can at least get that information from Take It to Trial, right? So tomorrow we're back in our courtroom with our boy Jose. I'm sending our girl the message. That's what I'm working on next. I had to leave right after our stream earlier, but I'm gonna send her a message right now. Hopefully she'll get it tomorrow morning. I don't know where she stay at now. Maybe she still stay in Florida, and ask her if we can do an interview. If I could do an interview with her and ask her, help us help you. Yes. I will recap his sentencing. Yes. You know, we won't be able to be in court at the time, but I do follow Inner City Press's Twitter feeds. So he usually, I know when the trial was going on, Barbara, he was in the courtroom like tweeting all the time, and he would do updates. So that's who I'll continue to follow. Um, I hope you being dye your hair. So that's who I'll follow to get, because he's still like following all the motions, everything that's going on with the Diddy case. So as soon as, and it's supposed to be, I think it's October 10th or something. October is, it's the beginning of October, Barbara, when that's supposed to happen. So as soon as that information comes in for his sentencing, I'll definitely cover that. We do have Donna Adels's sentencing. That's coming up. That'll be early October too. So we got a lot of things. I almost need to probably build us a little calendar. Well, do we need a calendar, a court calendar? You think he gonna get like 19 years? Oh Lord. I heard he trying to get everything thrown out. Oh gosh, I hope not no 19 years. That is the most not for purchases some buns. I'm trying to be YouTube friendly. He's up for 19. Oh gosh. How they do not. That is gonna be so low down and dirty. What part is a good idea film? Because I don't know. I've been talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I hope they not trying to give him no 19. I don't know. I know he was up for 10. I always kept a court calendar. We can get us a court calendar so we can know what's upcoming. I know some things we fly by night, but some things we definitely know about, right? Like we know the Julio Fulio trial is going to be at the end of October. We got Bianca Ellis that's coming in the beginning of October. We also have Jarvis Butts that's coming in the beginning of October. So we got sentencing that's in October. I just think because he so yeah, I could see where a calendar would help us for certain things. I'll see what I could put into play to help. Yeah, yeah, Barbara. I think that with him not having any priors, because like he doesn't have any priors, he doesn't have anything extra. If they keep it at just charging him for and looking at exactly what he was convicted of, and the judge is not considering all the other things that, you know, yes, he may have been guilty of DV, but that's not what he was on trial for. So long as they can keep those things separate, I don't see how he can get that. Oh, you confuse Butts with Booker? Yeah. They're kind of this, well, they both in Detroit. So you not don't be so confused because they both in Detroit. Um, they both have people that are missing that have not been found. One is an adult and one is a child, but yeah, they're kind of close. You said the judge looking at everything. Well, I hope they don't give him no 10 years. Or I don't want him to get 10 years. I don't want him to get nothing. I want him to walk. Because I feel like if Diddy, if you know, if he has to go to jail behind it, I think that a lot of other people that was involved, like, should probably go too. But that's my opinion. Don't pay me no attention. Yes, yes, OnlyFans. They are. They are both in. That's why I said I don't know what they got in the water in Detroit or what they're doing with people in Detroit, but I don't know how they doing it in Detroit. I don't know if they don't have camera systems up where they can't see cars, or I don't know, but they figure out ways to get rid of whole people. And I haven't quite figured it out at all yet. Barbara said all of them should go to jail. Right. You say you like hearing the different opinions. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different opinions. Like it is, yeah. I think, yeah. I won't go. That's a take it to trial at night topic. Maybe once we find out what his sentence is, we could do a take it to trial at night and talk about the Diddy case, because I tell you, I got some thoughts on that y'all probably think I'm cuckoo for bananas. Y'all know I can really think. I might need a therapist the way I can think about that trial in that case and the things that I felt about it. Yeah, we would be here all night. Have us a panel discussion. Yeah, we can have a panel for that one. Yeah, because I definitely have some opinions on how that worked out in all aspects, just all the way around, guys. So yeah, I'll hold those thoughts until we get his sentence information, and then we can go into a panel later that evening, whenever that drops down. Fair? I know. Ooh, yeah. Take your notes for that one, because that definitely will be a ooh wee, after dark, after dark special, and be like, okay, no, we don't need to be monetized for this one because we gonna go in the paint. We don't need nothing for this one because we going all in on this one. YouTube. He said, "You want a black hoodie?" Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the description box. And it's in the chat too. I'll put it in the chat. I'll make sure that as we until I can figure out. So here's that. I'll put that back in the chat again. I'll put it in our description box, and then I'm gonna put it on our page. And yeah, and we should be Gucci. I know. I've been looking at this stuff. I'm so glad that therapist did it, because I was like, we're not gonna have anything. It's gonna take me forever to get this stuff together. Film asked me a long time ago, probably about a month ago, like we need some merch, and I was like, okay. And I was like, okay. When I went on there, I'm like, all right. Oh, okay. Let me find somebody else that really probably wants to do stuff like this and really likes it and so creative, right? She hooking us up. Right? Hook us up, girl. Hook us up. Yeah. Yeah. So there we have it. I'm gonna put that in. Oh, that's what I was doing, because I'll forget. So let me put it in the description box, because I am real. That's another thing. I be forgetting a lot of stuff. Don't ask me why. I'm like, oh goodness, I've been forgot everything. So forgetful. I can be very forgetful at different points in times. So if I don't do stuff right then, I will forget it. All right. Okay, cool. So other than that, that takes care of everything that I wanted to update you guys on in regards to the Lil Durk. We have to make sure we keep therapists, you know. Absolutely. And yeah, any other merch that y'all want or anything else that y'all want, yeah, let us know. Let her know. And if anybody, I don't know, for the last trial, if y'all sent y'all request over to her email for y'all certificates, so we can get our certificates from going through that board fest with that judge. Need double certificate. One certificate for surviving the snooze. We survived the snooze. You say you gonna make your husband get one his Christmas present. You say good levels of patience. It's on my list of to-dos. Right. Her to-do list. Yeah. Whenever. Look, we here. That's why it's very important that anybody that does email over, put the trial that you represent in regards to your certificate. Yes, surviving the snoozer. He definitely was a snoozer. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, the email is is taking the trial with two, or you talk about therapist email. Barbara, are you talking about the email for the certificate or the email for me? Oh, she said, oh, and she making a rule. Got it. She said, I ordered me a bug. Well, thank you, Pretty Brown. What you say? You ordered you a bug. You you see both of them, Barbara? You say don't come. Don't, like I need all 45 trials. I'm sorry I did not mention it, but I need all of them. Let me give you the list of everything that I have done. Let me give you a list of all of them. That's right. 3 days sound like a good turnaround period for them at least to request it. And maybe you want, I could put that in the description, and I'll put that with it. Yeah, I'll put that. I'll have to figure out. I'll format that in the description when we get done with the trials. I can believe it. I can believe it. Yeah, I know. I know. I can believe it. Yes, I'll put both in the. I'll put both emails in the. Well, my email address is on the thing. I am going to take this and copy this part over because I am going to make sure that when we have a verdict, that although I be throwing her email out there for everybody to get their certificate, I do want everybody to be mindful that nobody wants to go back 5 trials and try to get that for you. No, no can do. And quiet is kept. It may become, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I have some thoughts on that. It may become a members only thing that members can request it. How about that? You say you should make tonight fun, but but too tired. That's okay. That's okay. You have another night to do it. You have another night to do it. Absolutely. You will have another night to do it. You want me to do that, therapist? I was thinking that we should. We'll talk. We'll get it together. But awesome. I thank you all. I really appreciate it. Everybody coming to hang out and listen to my little spiel. We are getting ready. We are getting ready, geared up, right? For all our trying. You say I'm a member. Thank goodness. Yes, that's what we'll do. Yeah, yeah, that's what we'll do. Therapist. I think that's perfect. All right, guys. Well, I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. I'm gonna go say hi to these kids. Yeah, I need my therapist to get some rest. She been a busy bee since last Thursday, and I need her to get some rest so she can be fresh. We need her to get some rest so she can be fresh, right? Fresh thinking so she can be that therapist that I need. Look, I don't want to be taking that. I know she's sleepy. I'm surprised you came tonight. I didn't think you were coming. You a real one. Look, she a real one out here in these streets. Oh, anytime, Barbara. All right, crew. Well, you know that you were in the right place today, right? You said ride it out to 10:30. Where there are no filters, right? No fluff, just facts, right? So you can be the judge. All right, crew. Oh, thank you, Film. Oh, everybody gonna have mugs. I gotta order me one then. Hey, I thought shirts was gonna be the first thing, but I guess I'm gonna order me a mug. Oh, oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Well, we in there. Everybody gonna have their mugs sitting on the panel. All right, guys. Everybody have a great evening. Be safe, and I will see you in the AM. I am about to set up our notification now for tomorrow's stream. We'll start about 6:40, 6:30. Well, 6:40, 6:45 tomorrow morning. I'll give y'all late start since we was up kind of late. Get us some TiVo time. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace.